Guys, the Handala. Remember this name. Like the Madleen aid ship before it. It's a boat that is being used to attempt to run the blockade of Gaza from the sea, i.e. break the siege from the seaside. And it's just crossed into the most dangerous waters on earth, arguably. The former Norwegian fishing boat has become a symbol of resistance, sailing 1,800 kilometers from Italy to break the Israeli stranglehold on the besieged Palestinian territory of Gaza, named after the iconic Palestinian cartoon character who vowed never to turn around until Palestine is free. I personally do hope that the Handala cartoon is drawn front-facing within my lifetime, but it's not about me, so whenever that happens, it happens. The Handala ship carries 21 international activists from 10 countries, including Americans, Europeans, and medical professionals. Their cargo isn't weapons or military equipment, it's baby formula. Though the IDF might say, I don't know, the H group can use baby formula. They can concoct some sort of explosive device maybe, right? But yeah, baby formula, medical supplies, and children's toys for Gaza's youngest victims. But yesterday, everything went dark. All communications were suddenly jammed as Israeli drones began circling the vessel in international waters. Israeli drones have been used against the Madleen aid ship as well to monitor and potentially to harm. For 2 hours, the world lost contact completely with the crew of the Handala while multiple drones hovered overhead. At the time of this recording, though, I do believe communications are back up. And this isn't the first time Israel has targeted humanitarian missions, because that's exactly what this is, right? There's no soldiers on board or anything, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you try to deliver aid to the Gazans, the Palestinians of Gaza, you are basically fair game to some extent. In May, another flotilla ship was actually bombed by drones, Israeli drones, near Malta in the Mediterranean. And then in June, the Madleen was intercepted and its crew were detained and deported. You can check out my videos on that. You probably won't find them. But if you go to my profile and click on the, there's a sort of strip where there's playlists basically on YouTube. Obviously, you know, you can reach playlists. You can maybe find it from there. I talked about the Madleen, tracked its progress all the way up to it being captured, boarded by Israeli commandos, because that's what you need against flipping Greta Thunberg and her besties. You need battle-hardened Israeli commandos. You know, you need the best of the best to deal with, you know, I shouldn't be here. Anyway, that ship, the Madleen, was towed to by Israeli Navy to Haifa port. Ashdod port. And the Handala this ship faced sabotage attempts even before leaving Italy. But they have managed to leave. Sabotage in what kind? Ropes were tied to the propellers and corrosive chemicals was poured into tanks to be disguised as drinking water. Shocking, maybe once upon a time. Now, not really. Now the world knows from doctors from Gaza, for example, that came back and reported not 1 or 2 cases, but a string of children who were shot in the head by snipers, Israeli snipers. A nation that can give rise to soldiers like that. Ugh. Disguising corrosive chemicals as drinking water is, a small change, but a few shekels for them. It's minor. Eventually, though, the Handala sailed away. Why? Because inside Gaza, children are starving. And the Handala is attempting to break the blockade and set a precedent that civilians, at least, can maybe somehow potentially get into Gaza. To each according to their ability. Is it a publicity stunt? Yeah, sure, if you want to frame it like that, because it's trying to gain publicity and gain eyes on the issue. More eyes than are already on there. The ship is less than 350 nautical miles from Gaza. I think that's over 600 kilometers. And it's sailing through waters where delivery of humanitarian aid becomes an act worthy of arrest, detainment, maybe even accidental death. Attempting to run through the blockade that the nations of the world, for a variety of reasons, seem unwilling to break. That's what the Handala is trying to do. I'll keep you posted. And for the unbiased news and analysis without the Western spin, of course, I'm Mahfuz, and I'll see you on the next one.